If you have never been on my lives before, I talk about insulin resistance. But do you know what insulin resistance is? All right. There's a couple of ways that we become insulin resistant. All right. Number one is eating too big of meals, guys. We eat these meals that are huge. It takes our body so long to digest and get rid of all of that. And number two, we eat constantly. Little meals all day long. Now, I know once upon a time, 10 years ago, all the dietitians were saying all the time, eat small meals throughout the day, eat small meals throughout the day. Well, there's good, bad, and ugly to that, okay? And the bad and the ugly is when you eat small meals throughout the day, every single time you eat, you cause inflammation to your body. Inflammation, each and every time, even when it's good food. Now, if it's junk food, if it's chips, if it's snacks, if it's the Starbucks 60-gram of sugar lattes like I used to drink, it's causing even more inflammation in the body. And inflammation is bad, guys. Inflammation is what increases our risk of heart attacks and strokes, causes us to be in pain all the time. Inflammation is what increases our risk of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and high cholesterol. All of those things, they all work together. It's a triad. All of those things are all part of our health. So if we can't help ourselves focus on all three, guys, all three, and they're all intertwined and they're all about what we eat. So insulin resistance, why does it happen? Why are we getting set up for it? What is happening here in America? Why are 88% of Americans metabolically insufficient? And what does that mean? It means that we have things like PCOS and erectile dysfunction. It means we have skin tags. It means we have abdominal obesity and visceral fat. We have fatty liver, all right? And we have a syndrome metabolic syndrome where we cannot lose weight and burn fat for fuel. You see, our body is meant to flex between a sugar burner and a fat burner, burning the sugar or the food we eat and the fat right off of our body. And we're meant to flex like that all day long. But because of insulin resistance and sugar issues, we often can't. Now, just because you're not diabetic doesn't mean you shouldn't worry about your sugar, because insulin resistance still can be a problem for you. And it's simple. It's too big of meals and eating too often. And this is how it works. When you get up first thing in the morning and you break your fast, or you have breakfast, and let's say you have a bagel and cream cheese and a coffee with cream and sugar, all right? That is gonna spike your blood sugar with all that carbs and the sugar. Once your blood sugar is spiked, your pancreas releases insulin. It releases that beautiful insulin in order to get that blood sugar down in your bloodstream. Why? Sugar molecule itself, and when it is in excess throughout your body, it actually does damage to your eyes, which is why type 2 diabetes have vision issues, damage to your brain, which is why so many Americans in their 70s and 80s have dementia. We know it's not age-related dementia anymore, it's sugar-related dementia, also called type 3 diabetes. Also, that sugar molecule does damage to the heart. That's why diabetics are at increased risk of heart attacks and strokes. Causes neuropathy. Have you heard of neuropathy? Damage to the little capillaries and the little vessels in your fingers and toes. That's why amputations occur in type 2 diabetes long term. All of these things happen because that sugar molecule is too dense, and when it gets too high in your bloodstream, it does that damage. So anytime you eat, your blood sugar gets too high, your body releases that insulin, whether you're a diabetic or not. I'm talking to the healthy folks too, you guys. Once that insulin is released, it does its job. Its job is to open the receptors in your liver, in your cells, and in your muscles, take that sugar out of your bloodstream and store it. It stores it to get it out of the bloodstream where it's doing damage because it's getting too high because you ate too much. Too much sugar, too many carbs, right? Now, even if you ate a normal sized meal, you didn't do anything crazy or supersized, and you just ate a normal sized meal, there's gonna be some excess sugar and it's gonna get stored. That's okay, because you can use that later, right? You will, and you can, as long as you're not eating every 2 to 3 hours like the typical American, all right? And that's the key. So you set yourself up for your sugar is spiked, your insulin is spiked. The insulin pushes down that sugar level, all right? Gets it through those receptors and into your cells where it belongs, for storage for later. Food for fuel. That's what our food is supposed to be, fuel, and that's how it works. Now, here's the trick. Your insulin level comes down very slowly, whether your sugar level goes up and down very quickly. So every time you eat, your sugar spikes in an hour, it's back down in 2. For a normal, healthy person or a diabetic who's being managed, that is how your sugar works. Here's the key. If we're eating every 2 to 3 hours like the typical American, and what I mean is we have that bagel and cream cheese for breakfast. 2-3 hours later, we're having that Starbucks 60-gram caramel latte, 60 grams of sugar. I used to do that all the time, you guys. A few hours later, we have some chips as we're getting ready for lunch because we're snacking, because we're getting hungry and hangry, and our lunch hour is still a half an hour away, right? This is what happens. Sugar spikes, insulin spikes. As the sugar comes down and the insulin starts to come down, we have those chips pushing our insulin level up. Then we have that caramel latte. Then we have that lunch. Then we have a snack after lunch, okay? Then we have dinner. And this is what happens all day long. Because that insulin level never comes down to baseline and it's constantly and consistently high, that is what sets us up for insulin resistance. That is how this occurs. This is why 88% of Americans are metabolically insufficient. Because that insulin level can't come down to baseline. And if it can't get down to baseline, we're setting ourselves up for long-term wise diabetes, type 2 and type 3, dementia and high blood sugar, high cholesterol, fatty liver, high blood pressure, all of those things from the inflammation that you've caused from that constant and consistent eating and that insulin level being high. So when that insulin level stays high all day long for days, weeks, months at a time, guess what happens? The insulin receptors in the liver, in the fat, and in the muscles stop working. They shut down. They're overburdened. They're overbogged. They completely shut down. So what happens? Okay, so now you spent years just snacking and eating every 2 to 3 hours. Years and years of your sugar just being slightly high, of your body just overburdened with insulin, and you didn't know it. You had no idea. Now, after those years and years of that, a decade or more, guess what happens? Those insulin receptors shut down. All of a sudden, your blood sugar is 300, 400, because the insulin receptors aren't working anymore. The pancreas can't keep up. Blood sugar is high, now you're type 2 diabetic. That's why we have millions and millions of type 2 diabetics here in America. That's why, as a diabetic educator, I counsel one after another, all day long of new patients coming in, starting on metformin, starting on Tresiba, starting on Ozempic, starting on all the medication to try to get that blood sugar. It's not our fault. I'll be honest with you. It is not your fault that you become diabetic. It's not your fault that you become insulin resistant. It's not your fault that you can't lose the weight, because we are set up here in America with food that is stripped of fiber and extra sugar, salt, and fat is added, literally added to everything on the shelf. To everything on the shelf. We see added sugar. Grab a box, guys. Added sugar, added sugar, added sugar, added sugar. All day long in everything that we eat and everything on the shelf. It's insane. We go through the drive-thru, extra salt, extra fat is added to your food to make you addicted to it. Okay, you guys know it, the fast food joints, the Mickey D's, all that. Lynn, I'm gonna get into that next. How do we fix it? We can do something as simple as break the cycle. Break the cycle of insulin resistance. Break and reverse sugar issues. And I'm not talking about just diabetics, guys. This is all of us. 88% of us are metabolically insufficient. I was too. I was eating every 2 to 3 hours. I was hangry if I didn't eat for 3 hours. That's not normal. That is not normal at all. Our bodies should be able to go like a machine and flex and use that fat for fuel. So when we eat that bagel and cream cheese in the morning, it lasts for hours. All right? That's how our body is made. Store it and then use it. So what can we do to open up that storage? What can we do to teach our body how to flex between a sugar burner and a fat burner? We can do something as simple as time-based eating. Now, if I lost you there, please keep listening, because it's so much simpler than you think, you guys, seriously, that you can do this. You can absolutely do this. Thank you so much, Steven. What me and my team do, what my friends do, what my family do, what my fiance is doing now, is all we do is skip breakfast. We skip breakfast, and we drink this. We drink this beautiful yerba mate, Unimate tea. It increases fat burning by 24%, ketone production by 80%. It increases our natural GLP level. It sends a signal to our gut that there's some nutrients there. Our brain wakes up and says, we don't need to eat. We're not hungry. We're getting nutrition. We're surviving. We're thriving. We're good. And so with that, for 4 to 6 hours, you don't need to eat. You're not hungry. And when you can go all night without eating and a couple hours in the morning while you're moving, using your energy storage, guess what happens? The most beautiful, wonderful thing, your body works for you. It opens up that fat storage in the adipose tissue, in the visceral fat around your organs, the stuff that increases the blood sugar, the blood pressure, the cholesterol. Opens up that fatty liver to let go. Releases stored sugar out of your body that you've been storing for maybe 10, 20, 30 years through your bloodstream to get it out. Your body starts detoxing. Your body starts shredding. Your body starts leaning out. And if you don't believe me, okay, if you don't believe me, I want to show you me. This is me. This is me last summer. I'm 145 pounds. I wore a 2-piece swimsuit for the first time in years because I have 4 kids, you guys. If you're a mama and you've got 4 kids, you realize you get this mom belly, right? The mom belly that we can't get rid of? Yeah, because I've had that. I've had that forever. I finally put a 2-piece on because I spent all summer last summer. Picture was taken in August. I spent all summer hitting the gym. I was lifting weights. I was doing cardio 5 days a week. I was running like a machine. I was so proud of myself for fitting in a 2-piece, and I felt great, all right? This is this summer. I don't know if you can see the difference. This is me 22 pounds lighter. This is me not in the gym. This is me not doing cardio. This is me lifting 5-pound weights at home, okay? Doing a couple squats and some planks once in a while, literally going for walks with my kids and fiance. It's a complete and absolute, positively, absolutely different change. It's a complete change. I feel phenomenal. I look younger. I feel younger. I feel great. For Mike, at his heaviest, he was 270 and he is now down to 231. He's got more energy. He's using that beautiful precious tea to help him prolong his fasting period in the morning, skip that beautiful breakfast, and allow not only your gut to cleanse itself, to rebuild stem cells and actually heal leaky gut and gut issues, fix your gut microbiome, and burn fat for fuel. All of those things happen by simply skipping one meal. Nothing extreme, nothing wild, you guys. And I'm using a tea to help me do it. It's making it easy. That is full of nutrients that actually keeps my body fueled and helps me make ketones. Now, some of you may not know what ketones are. So ketones are just a byproduct of burning fat for fuel. It shows you that you're burning fat for fuel, but it's also an incredible energy source for your body. Not only does it give you energy, it clears brain fog, gives you mental clarity, and it's helped with heartburn. Yes, it got me off of omeprazole after being on it for 15 years. That's what healing your leaky gut does. If you're someone who's been on the proton pump inhibitors, you've been on the omeprazole and the Protonix and all of those Nexium and all those good. You ask if I'm using it? Yes, I am. This is it. I drink this beautiful yerba mate, unimate tea in the morning. First thing in the morning to increase fat burning by 24%, ketone production by 80%, feeding my brain the energy and the clarity that it needs. All right? Burning fat for fuel, doing nothing but drinking a simple tea. I drink that tea in the morning. I drink another one with lunch. All right? Each time I drink it, it increases, not only does it increase that fat burning and that ketone production, but increases my GLP naturally by 70% for 4 to 6 hours. People who are purchasing this, they click on my link, they try it, they're like, I cannot believe this. Guys, I drank it. I have people reach out to me all day long. They drank it first thing in the morning. They're like, Jen, I haven't eaten anything in like 6 hours. How is this possible? It's that simple. It's that simple, you guys. I drink this in the morning. I drink another one in the afternoon so that I don't snack and crave between lunch and dinner. I eat a sensible lunch, and then for dinner, I eat whatever the heck I want because I have this. This is the system, you guys. The balance matrix is a biocomplex of fiber. The fiber, I mix in water. I mix in my little bottle right here that they give me. And when I drink it right before my meal, it coats my gut. It has plant sterols in it that block cholesterol. As well, it provides a little bit of bulk to the gut, so I can't eat quite as big of a meal. So the meal that used to be this big is now this big. All right, so a tiny bit of restriction on the volume of my meal there because I'm not as hungry. But I eat whatever I want. If I want my steak and my potatoes and my veggies and I want a little piece of pie at the end, I do that. Because this beautiful biocomplex with 3 patents on it, may I add, this is in the physician's desk reference because it's been scientifically proven to work, you guys. You're not going to find another fiber in there like that. Your Benefiber, your Metamucil, not in the physician's desk reference. Not the scientific studies. Cleveland Clinic didn't study that. They studied this. University of Sydney studied this. The patents are behind this. It's a little viscous, it's thick. Nothing like glue paste thickness kind of thing. I'd say like a medium thickness. You can make it a little less or more viscous depending on how you like it. But it's not chalky at all, no. And it doesn't leave like a weird aftertaste if that's a concern. It comes in an orange flavor and it comes in a berry. The berry tastes like fruit punch to me. The orange tastes like a dreamsicle, is what most people say. The tea itself comes in lemon and lemon ginger. In the fall, it'll come out in an apple spice fall flavor. Of course, we all love our fancy flavors, us ladies anyway. So in the fall, I'll be getting some of the apple spice and drinking that hot in my coffee cup sitting by the fire. All right. Here in the summertime, I drink it cold. I throw it in this little bottle that they send me. I can put ice in it if I want, nice and cold. I can add some matcha if I like. Yes, and I absolutely love the flavor. So many people tell me they don't like tea. My fiance hated tea. It took me 3 months to get him to just try it because he was like, I don't drink tea, Jen. I hate tea. I don't like Lipton. I don't like sweet tea. I don't drink any of that stuff. I don't like the flavor. This is a lemon flavored beverage. Yes, it comes from a tea leaf. It does not taste like a typical tea at all. If you want to flavor it, flavor it. Do a carb-free, sugar-free flavoring. I choose to use stir. Okay, I always have a ton of it. If you see right here in the background, that's stir, S-T-U-R. It's 1 carb per serving. It's not going to break your fast. You can mix it with the lemon and change up the flavor if you'd like. But honestly, I love the lemon. I love it. And what's incredible about it is once you start fixing your gut microbiome, doing something as simple as the system, you skip that breakfast, you drink your tea, and guess what happens? You start changing your gut microbiome. The sugar-addicted bacteria in your gut starts dying off because you're not feeding it constantly. So those cravings go away. And then over time, the good microbiome that's actually fed by this beautiful prebiotic balance, the good microbiome flourishes. Okay, this system originally came out for type 2 diabetes to reverse that condition. Guess what we found out? Us healthy folks can get lean and healthy on it too. 88% of Americans are metabolically insufficient. 88% of Americans have problems with inflammation and sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol. And this has been scientifically proven to not only help your sugar, but your cholesterol levels, and to help people lean out to get down their blood pressure as well. So yes, this was originally created for type 2 diabetes. I have never been diabetic in my life. I was 145 pounds, now I'm 125 pounds. Okay? Was never diabetic. My fiance had pre-diabetes. He had fasting levels that were too high. His doctor was watching him all the time, put him on a statin, wanted to start him on a diabetic medication just to help prevent it from going further. He got on this, meds are shredding, weight is shredding. He's doing phenomenal. He's doing phenomenal. I was a coffee addict. Okay, I loved Starbucks. You could check back at my TikTok way years ago when the first Starbucks in our hometown came out. Yes, I'm in a small town, and I was so excited. I posted it all over TikTok. Oh, Starbucks is in town. My life has been made wonderful now, right? Starbucks, Starbucks, Starbucks. I would drink coffee every morning, Starbucks in the afternoon, more coffee when I got home so that I could go to the gym and have enough energy to go. I don't drink coffee anymore, Natalie. Can you drink coffee? Yes. If you're skipping the cream and sugar and you're drinking it black, go for it. What I recommend, drink the tea. Get up in the morning. This is the first thing that you put in your mouth. You will be shocked at how you don't crave the coffee. You don't need the coffee. And I loved the flavor of my coffee with my Starbucks creamer. Loved it. Bought tons of it. Spent an intense amount of money on coffee. That budget is itself has been scientifically proven to decrease sugar spikes by 43%. Help people lean out, get cholesterol levels down. The studies are all there. It's incredible. There's so much behind this. This is in the physician's desk reference. There are no drug interactions here. I am a pharmacist. That's all I do is drug interactions at work all day. Literally all day long is check drug interactions. There are no known drug interactions from yerba mate. I've checked all the references. There's nothing there. It has some caffeine in it. If you're caffeine sensitive, you need to drink it slow. Absolutely and truly, you got to drink it slow. All right. The caffeine is there. If you're someone who's already drinking caffeine, you can easily transition. If you're someone who's not, drink this very slowly over a few hours. So Robert, you started on the system on February 9th. You were 490 pounds and now you're down to 354. And going for walks, Robert. I saw you post that the other day. He's going for walks now for the first time in his life. He's doing phenomenal. This is changing his life. We're so excited for you, Robert. So excited for you. Me, myself, I've leaned down 22. Again, if you haven't seen the difference, I'll show it to you again. This is me doing cardio 5 days a week. This is me on the system, no cardio. Got rid of it. I stopped wasting my time at the gym. I no longer have a gym membership. You can call the local gym and ask. Turned it off. I don't need it. So I've been doing this since November 9th. I lost my weight between month 4 and 5. Like I was down to my weight loss goal between month 4 and 5. So I started November 9th. Like I said, it took 4 to 5 months for me to get down 22. And I've just been maintaining since then. And I've just been feeling fabulous. I am like a size 2. First time I've been in that for a long time. I have a 6-year-old. So it's been before she was born for sure. Way before that, my next oldest is 13, so somewhere in between there I got down to I think like the 4 to 6 level, and now I'm down to a 2, and I'm feeling phenomenal. Absolutely feeling phenomenal. I got off 2 blood pressure medications. I was on losartan 50 and metoprolol 50 milligrams. I was taking those every day. I don't take them anymore. I was on a omeprazole 20 milligrams once a day. I use that for my acid reflux, but I no longer have leaky gut. So after 15 years of omeprazole, I'm off of that. As a pharmacist and diabetic educator, I'd have people coming in all the time. They were on the injections, the OOO, you know what injection I'm talking about. Okay, they were giving themselves an injection. They were getting sick, like viciously malnutritioned, puking sick. And they were asking me for alternatives, and I didn't have any. And people kept asking, and people kept telling me they were getting sick. And I'm like, how's everybody getting sick on this stuff? I don't understand what's going on. So I started looking. And I started researching. And that's when I came across this as a GOP alternative, as a natural alternative to the injections. And I was like, there's no way. I spent 6 months studying it before I bought it. Because I was like, there's no way. This is too easy. This cannot possibly work. It's too easy. It's too easy. Well, the truth is, it is too easy. You literally drink a tea twice a day. And when you have a carb or sugar-dense meal, you drink the balance. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. And with that, just doing the time-based eating, skipping that one meal, pushing your meals in between lunch and dinner, you can do amazing things for your health and wellness. Healing your gut microbiome, getting lean, getting healthy, and getting off the meds. Now, can you speed that up? Can you make it exponentially go even faster? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You want to bump up your protein a little bit? You want to get some better food in there? Yes. If you don't eat burgers for lunch and dinner, and you maybe just switch to only eating that burger at dinner with your balance, and you make your lunch something a little bit lighter or leaner or a lot of good proteins and fats, you'll do even better. You'll lean out even more. You get healthier even faster. The company is great. All right, this system has been out since 1990. It's just becoming big because people are starting to pay attention to their health and wellness. People are starting to pay attention to their gut health because now that millions of Americans are on things like omeprazole and have leaky gut, millions of Americans are diabetic and headed towards diabetes. People are paying attention that those weight loss injections that everybody's using, I'm sure you've been paying attention that now they're giving it to kids. And those injections you're on for a lifetime. Because as soon as you stop it, your blood sugar goes back up, your weight goes back up. So you have to stay on it for life. You have to stay on it for life. Your body was created as a beautiful, wonderful machine. All right? It was made so that you can eat a large meal and then you can store that extra sugar, that extra fat, and then use it throughout the day when needed. If you're eating all day long, you're breaking the system. You're breaking the system. Now, it's not your fault that the American diet is full of extra sugar, salt, and fat, that it's stripped of fiber, that the FDA doesn't regulate anything and they allow the extra dyes and the chemicals and all that junk in our food. Cut out some of the processed food, you guys. Get the good stuff in your life. If you're drinking soda, anyone on here still drinking soda? Whether it's diet or it's regular, it does not matter. It destroys your insides. Did you guys all see that study from Mountain Dew? That lady tried to sue Mountain Dew a few years ago. Tried to sue Mountain Dew saying that she found a mouse in her 20-ounce Mountain Dew. She had a picture of it. She somehow shoved a mouse in there and showed a picture of a mouse decaying inside of her Mountain Dew bottle. She went to court. She lost the lawsuit. Why? Because Mountain Dew could prove that it takes 5 weeks to package and ship Mountain Dew, and in 5 weeks, a mouse would completely dissolve inside a 20-ounce bottle of Mountain Dew. They proved it. They did a study and showed it. They stuck a mouse in a Mountain Dew, let it sit there for 5 weeks, and the Mountain Dew completely ate, bones and all, the mouse. That's what you're putting in your body. If you're drinking pop, this is your time to stop. Diet is just as bad, if not worse. That stuff eats your insides. It literally eats your insides. You want to know why we have leaky gut? It's our food. It's our drinks. They are tainted. They are terrible. Those chemicals are horrible. To this beautiful burger place over the weekend, and we had this bottle sitting at the table with our balanced fiber in it that we drank right before our burger. That's what we do. It's balance. It helps you balance your meals so you can still eat the stuff you want to eat. It's shocking, actually. It's shocking how easy it works, you guys. It really, truly is. The science behind it is solid. The studies have been done by the Cleveland Clinic and the University of Sydney. We've done the internal studies as well as those third-party studies that show it works. Lowers cholesterol, blood sugar, blood pressure. Boom, boom, boom. A1C's coming down. People getting healthier, people getting trimmer and slimmer, and they're loving it. And it's simple and it's easy in the science, you guys. I'm all about the science. I am my science nerd. Like I told you, I spent 6 months studying this before I tried it for the first time because I was a total skeptic. I'm like, there's no way this is going to work. And it keeps working. It just keeps working. It's working for me. It's working for my family. It's working for my fiance. It's working for my friends. It's working for my friends on here. They keep hopping on and joining me. And what's amazing here is with this platform, we have the ability to coach you, to help you, to answer questions for you. If you sign up and use the link and start there, you're going to get my cell phone number and we can chit chat anytime you want. You want to send me your before and after pictures? Send them to me. I have people who send me their before and after pictures, people who want to share them with me. So I'll show you a friend of mine, Stephen. His blood sugar levels were 300 and 400, and his doctor told him that he had to start on like 3 different meds. And he didn't want to go there. So this is what he did instead. And look at how he has leaned out, you guys. Look at how he's leaned out. And he's so proud of himself. He sent me these pictures and said, Jen, use them. Show people. This could save somebody's life. So here is Marcus. Marcus is a truck driver. Okay? He sits in a truck, over-the-road truck driver. He sits in a truck for a living, so he eats that truck stop food. He has to. Okay? He's lost over 100 pounds and maintained it off for over a year. He's doing fabulous. He's doing absolutely, if you can't tell the difference, and look at his face. Look at the face. So here, all right, Marcus, I'm calling you out right now. Here he is slimmer and he's full of gray in his beard, right? And looks younger. Does he not? That's the thing. You start losing weight and getting healthy and getting some energy in your life, those beautiful ketones, all that good healthy stuff. You actually, you feel and look younger. You really, truly do. Even with the gray. I think I got a gray or two right here. Don't look, don't look. All right. It's as simple as it is. Yes, great results, you guys. Great results. And I have more and more and more. And people who are reaching out to me all the time, they're losing weight. Their lab results are getting better. They're off their blood pressure medication. Their cholesterol is coming down. Their fatty liver is detoxing. Detoxing. Big Mike has reversed his prediabetes with this protocol. Marcus has prevented diabetes with this protocol. Stephen has got away from that diabetic state, pre-diabetic state, with this protocol. But it's not just about the diabetics, guys. I was a menopausal mother of 4, going through the hormone fluxes, and I used this system to fix my hormones so that my periods were once a month again, so that I was getting lean, so that my mood improved, so that I could sleep through the night for the first time ever. That's where I'm at. It's meant for anyone. Can you start your fasting at 6 p.m.? You can start your fasting whenever you want. Okay? You want the typical with this system is we do 16 and 8 most of the time. We do change it up from time to time to help balance our hormones in case we plateau with our weight loss. Guess what? We just change it up a little bit, and I have all those tips and tricks, you guys, all those tips and tricks. But you can do anything you want with whatever hours work best for you. I can't think of there isn't, you guys, there is not a chronic disease or condition that fixing your blood sugar and insulin resistance will not help. I've seen people get rid of migraines, PCOS, erectile dysfunction, weight issues, hormone issues, thyroid issues. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. This helps prevent dementia or type 3 diabetes. That's what we're finding out now. The dementia, have you noticed in the last 10 years, the number of diabetics has grown exponentially 10x? And the number of elderly with dementia has grown 10x? That's not a coincidence. This is a blood sugar problem. They're now calling age-related dementia, but they're not calling it that anymore. They're calling it sugar-related dementia or type 3 diabetes. You do not want dementia. You do not want memory problems. You do not want vision problems. You do not want amputations and neuropathy. You don't want a heart attack and a stroke. You don't want your blood sugar levels out of control. And it doesn't matter if you're not diabetic, you guys. Us non-diabetics have the same issues with eating. And it comes with a 90-day money-back guarantee, so you really have nothing to lose. And this, for me, has been cost neutral. That first month, it was a commitment. After that first month, because I wasn't eating breakfast anymore, I wasn't buying breakfast food anymore. I wasn't going through Starbucks anymore. And now, when I go through Culver's, instead of a $10 meal, I'm spending a $5 meal. Because instead of getting the burger, the cheese curds, and the root beer, I just get the burger. I drink my beautiful balance, and I eat my lunch. I drink water. I take the little bottle they send me, right? And after I drink my tea in the morning, I fill it up with the water bottle at work, the water cooler, right? I walk around with water that I didn't pay for, maybe add a little bit of stir for some flavoring, have my second tea in the afternoon, okay? It's that simple. It saves me an intense amount of money at the grocery store. I stopped feeding the grocery store bill and I started spending my money on this for health and wellness. And it's balanced out just fine. With the people who are on this, do you have to change what you eat? Nope. But I tell you what, within a month of using this, every single person on my team goes, Jen, I feel great. I'm starting eating healthier. I'm craving healthier foods. I want to do better. I want to go for walks. I'm going for a walk on my lunch at work now. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And they just exponentially 10x their results. Why? Because they're motivated, they're inspired, they're excited. And that's what we want to hear. Please, 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 if you learn nothing today, learn to be powerfully present in your health and wellness, because it's not you, it's not your spouse, it's not your kids, it's not your doctor. Nobody is going to do it for you. You have to choose to be powerfully present in your health and wellness. You have to do it. You have to take those baby steps forward, make those 1% changes. You got to do something like the system. You got to hop on board to get healthy for you, because nobody can do it for you. The meds won't do it for you. They're Band-Aids that just give you more symptoms, that add more meds, more meds, more meds. Break the cycle. Stop feeding big food companies. Stop feeding big pharma. Yes, I'm a pharmacist. I'm telling you, stop feeding big pharma. And start feeding yourself food for fuel.